Welcome to our podcast. We're thrilled to have you join us as we explore the intriguing world of unsolved mysteries. Today, we'll be delving into the perplexing disappearances of Jennifer Kesse and Calico. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey as we guide you through these enigmatic cases, offering a first-person perspective on how it might have unfolded. Happy listening.
My name is Jennifer Joyce Kesse, and I want to take you on a journey back to that chilling January morning in 2006, a day that forever altered the course of my life. It began like any other Monday in Orlando, Florida, with the sun rising lazily over the horizon, casting a warm glow across the city streets. As I woke up in my cozy apartment, I had no inkling that it would be the last time I'd feel the comfort of my own bed, the last time I'd breathe the familiar air of my hometown. I remember the routine of my morning, the sounds of the bustling city as I prepared for another day at work. Westgate Resorts awaited me, and with a sense of purpose, I set out on my usual commute. The streets were alive with the hustle and bustle of morning traffic, the promise of a new day hanging in the air. Little did I know, that promise would soon be shattered by the events that unfolded. As I arrived at work and went about my tasks, there was a nagging feeling of unease gnawing at the edges of my consciousness. It was as if the universe was trying to tell me something, a warning that went unheeded in the hustle and bustle of the day. Hours passed, and as the end of the workday approached, I made plans to meet friends for dinner. But when I failed to show up, they grew concerned. Calls went unanswered, messages went unreturned, and soon, the realization dawned that something was terribly wrong. The days that followed were a blur of frantic searching, as my family and friends scoured the city for any sign of me. Flyers went up, posters were distributed, and the media descended upon Orlando in a frenzy of speculation and rumor. As the weeks turned into months, the search grew more desperate. Law enforcement joined the hunt, conducting interviews and following up on leads, but each new development seemed to lead to a dead end. The city held its breath, waiting for answers that never came. In the years since my disappearance, countless theories have emerged about what might have happened to me. Some believe I was abducted, while others think I simply vanished without a trace. But for my loved ones, the truth remains elusive, a shadow that haunts their every waking moment. Despite the passage of time, my family has never given up hope. They continue to fight for justice, raising awareness about my case through social media, billboards, and television appearances. But as the years go by, the chances of finding me grow slimmer, and the pain of not knowing becomes more unbearable with each passing day. To this day, my disappearance remains one of Orlando's most enduring mysteries. The circumstances surrounding that fateful day continue to baffle investigators and haunt those who knew me best. But wherever I am, whatever fate has befallen me, I want my loved ones to know that I am still with them, watching over them from afar. Though my physical presence may be gone, my spirit lives on in the hearts of those who remember me. And as long as they continue to fight for answers, there is still hope that one day, the truth will come to light, and my family will finally find the closure they so desperately seek.
Missing person: Jennifer Joyce Kesse. Age: 24 at incident. Race: white. Height: 5 feet 7 inches. Weight: 130 pounds. Eyes: green. Hair: sandy blonde. Tattoo: shamrock, left buttock. On January 24th, 2006, Jennifer Joyce Kesse was reported missing by family members when her place of employment notified the family that she had not shown up for work that day. Kesse worked at Westgate Resorts in Ocoee, Florida. Kesse has had no contact with family or friends since her disappearance in 2006, and her disappearance is considered suspicious. Surveillance image to the right shows a person of interest in the disappearance of Kesse. The image shows the suspect walking away from Kesse's 2004 Chevy Malibu. After parking it at an apartment complex approximately 1 mile from Kesse's condo.
My name is Tara, and as I reflect back on that fateful day in September of 1988, the memories flood back with a clarity that is both haunting and surreal. It was a typical Tuesday morning in Belen, New Mexico, the sun casting its warm glow over the sprawling countryside. I had always been drawn to the open roads that crisscrossed our small village, and that day was no exception. Strapping on my helmet and mounting my trusty bicycle, I set off on my usual route, the rhythmic whir of the wheels beneath me a familiar comfort. With each pedal, I felt a sense of freedom, a release from the pressures of everyday life. Little did I know, it would be the last time I'd feel that carefree spirit. As I rode along, the golden field stretching out before me, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that began to settle in the pit of my stomach. It was as if the very air around me had grown heavy with anticipation, a foreboding sense of something ominous lurking just beyond the horizon. Hours passed, the sun climbing higher in the sky, and yet I found myself venturing further from home than I had intended. Time seemed to slip away, each passing minute blurring into the next until I lost all sense of direction. It was only when the shadows began to lengthen, casting eerie silhouettes across the landscape, that I realized I had gone too far. Turning my bike around, I began the journey back home, my heart pounding in my chest with a mixture of fear and determination. But as the minutes stretched into hours, and still there was no sign of familiar landmarks, panic began to set in. Where was I? How had I become so hopelessly lost? The realization that I was truly alone in the vast expanse of the countryside sent a shiver down my spine. With each passing moment, the world around me seemed to grow darker, the once welcoming landscape now transformed into a labyrinth of uncertainty. Then, just as despair threatened to consume me entirely, I spotted a glimmer of hope on the horizon. A familiar landmark loomed in the distance, a beacon of light in the encroaching darkness. With renewed determination, I pedaled faster, the sound of my own heartbeat echoing in my ears. But as I drew closer, my hopes were dashed once again. What I had thought was the path home turned out to be nothing more than a cruel trick of the light, leading me further into the heart of the unknown. Panic surged through me like a tidal wave, threatening to overwhelm my fragile resolve. In that moment of desperation, I made a decision that would change the course of my life forever. With trembling hands, I reached for my phone, praying for a signal, a lifeline to pull me back from the brink of despair. But as I dialed the familiar numbers, all I heard was the empty silence of a world devoid of answers. And then, just like that, everything went dark. My memories of that day are fragmented, scattered like shards of glass across the landscape of my mind. As the investigation unfolded, details emerged that only deepened the mystery surrounding my disappearance. 2 days after I vanished, a pair of broken glasses similar to mine was discovered not far from where I was last seen. The discovery sent shockwaves through the community, fueling speculation about what might have happened to me on that lonely stretch of road. Despite the efforts of law enforcement and countless volunteers, no trace of me was ever found. Sightings were reported from as far away as Mexico and Canada, but none of them led to any concrete leads. With each passing day, the chances of finding me grew slimmer until eventually the search was called off altogether. Over the years, theories emerged, speculations swirled, but the truth remained elusive. Some believe I was abducted, while others think I simply got lost and met with a tragic accident. But for those who remember me, I am more than a mystery. I am a daughter, a friend, a part of this community lost but never forgotten.
Tara Lee Calico. September 20th, 1988, Belen, New Mexico. Description: dates of birth used: February 28th, 1969. Place of birth: New Mexico. Hair, brown, cowlick on right temple. Eyes, hazel. Height, 5 feet 5 inches to 5 feet 7 inches, at time of disappearance. Weight, 115 to 120 pounds, at time of disappearance. Sex, female. Race, white. Nationality, American. Scars and marks. Calico has a large scar on the back of her right shoulder and a dime-sized brown-colored birthmark on the back of one of her legs. Reward. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $20,000 for precise details leading to the identification or location of Tara Lee Calico, and information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for her disappearance. Remarks. Calico was last seen riding a neon pink Huffy mountain bike with yellow control cables and sidewalls. She was wearing a white t-shirt with First National Bank of Belen on it, size medium, white shorts with green stripes, white ankle socks, and white and turquoise Avia tennis shoes. Calico was also wearing a gold butterfly ring with a diamond insert, a gold amethyst ring, and half-inch gold hoop earrings. Details. Tara Lee Calico left her home on Brugg Street in Belen, New Mexico, to go on a bike ride at 9:30 a.m. on September 20th, 1988. She rode her mother's bicycle as her own was damaged. She was last seen riding along Highway 47 in Valencia County at approximately 11:45 a.m. Calico biked this route daily during her routine 36-mile ride. She was 19 years old at the time of her disappearance and was never seen again.
Am I still here?
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, write a comment, and stay tuned for the next episode. See you soon.